We all know that at the end of the duel against Obi-Wan on Mustafar, Anakin had lost 3 limbs and on top of that, had been burned to the point where he basically needed a walking ventilator to breathe and had lost nearly 40% of his metachlorian count, according to George Lucas. Today, however, we are visiting what if Anakin had beaten Obi-Wan through sheer superiority. For the sake of this video, we are going to have to revisit the duel, and we'd have to revisit the point where Anakin had been burned. Anakin had jumped from the pad as he flipped over Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan had seen it coming, but Anakin had been too swift and slid his lightsaber right across Obi-Wan's stomach. Anakin had stared at him in hatred. Anakin left him there to die, to suffer. Anakin would then go on to take Padme and escape with her on the ship. Obi-Wan would later be found by Yoda, nearly lifeless, and Yoda would go on to tend to his wounds. Now, most likely that is how the scenario would go. Fast forward some odd years, and Anakin would still become Darth Vader, just without the suit and with Padme at his side, as she had survived giving birth. Through Darth Vader overseeing the operation, refusing her to let her die, and eventually convincing her that what he was doing was right. With Darth Vader still having his full potential, he would go on to become one of the most powerful Sith Lords, and most likely almost bring the Jedi to extinction. With Vader raising his kids, Luke and Leia, they too would become extremely powerful Force wielders in the dark side. I believe, however, the dominant side in both Luke and Leia is in the good. With them escaping from their father's grasp, they would both eventually find Yoda and most likely Obi-Wan with a nice set of robotic legs, who would teach them both the ways of the light side of the Force. With Luke and Leia both becoming extremely powerful, they had set out to find their father and bring him back to the light, but this time with Yoda. Obi-Wan had stayed behind. Luke and Leia, along with Yoda, had eventually reached the throne room, and in it sat Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. Normal events play out, but this time with both Luke and Leia engaging Vader and Yoda facing Palpatine. Palpatine would eventually overthrow Yoda's frail body and would best him. With the events proceeding to the point where Emperor Palpatine normally shocked just Luke, he was shocking both Luke and Leia. Vader would then throw Palpatine. Luke and Leia would then proceed to escape the Death Star with their father, but this time, Vader would not die and be able to help rebuild the New Republic and maybe even stop the growth of the First Order. In the end, I think that's how events would play out with both Emperor Palpatine and Yoda perishing on the Death Star, but to be honest, I like this outcome a little bit more. Be sure to let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and what type of video you guys want to see next. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and may the Force be with you all until next time.